I've just got to sort out a problem with my Sonicwake version 2 that I had the first time I took it out. Well, I've only taken it out the once, and that was the shaft was making a screaming noise. I've taken the stinger off so I can push the shaft all the way up to the motor, and that's the only way you can tell how straight it is. And you can see what the problem is there. The shaft is to the side, and it's actually too low as well. You can't see that from this angle, but it is. All I'm going to do, or I'll try it first, is just put a bit of heat shrink underneath. Oops, my light's gone away. Underneath that rubber grommet there, just to lift it up and over a little bit. I'm just going to just put it where it needs to be. I'm not going to, you know, shrink it or anything like that. It just as a spacer. Just put it up underneath that until I've got it straight. If I need to put 2 pieces, I'll put 2 pieces. Okay, so there it is with my spacer. You can see it's lined up perfect there now. I do have to pull it all off again, pull that bracket off to get the collet on, because I've got to lift the stuffing tube up to slide the collet in underneath, and then just put it back down again. So that's a pretty simple fix. Now the other thing I just noticed is at the factory they didn't even put the collet on right. They didn't put the 2 grub screws on the flat of the motor. The flat is actually around there, and it has no marks on it. So I mean, you know, they built this boat at like 10 minutes to 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon before a long weekend, I think. It didn't slip, but it could have. So now I've pulled the shaft around with a pair of pliers. I've turned it so that the flat is facing up, and you can see there was never a grub screw on there. The other issue that people are having with these Sonicwakes is they are pulling the threads out. So anytime the boat flips over, you know, anything that's sticking out is going to grab. They give you 12mm bolts. That's your total length there of the bolt. But the hole, if you measure it, is longer than that. It's about 14 or 15mm. Okay, so I've replaced all the bolts in the back end now with a little bit longer one. I had a packet of these 16mm bolts. They have washers on them that are that take up a couple of mils, so they screw in 14mm, which is 2mm longer than the stockies. So it gave me 2 extra turns because these washers won't come off, and they're a bit too fat there to get in underneath here. So I just had to grind a flat on each end of it, which is no big deal. So this boat should be all set now. The only issue I have with it is from new. Well, the first time I took it out, the speed controller shut off on me about 3 times. But this isn't while I'm using it. This is like after I plug the battery in, spent a minute or so screwing the lid down, throw it in the water, and then find it wouldn't work, and I had to retrieve it and then turn the speed controller back on. So I think I've got something wrong with the switch. I was gonna do the warranty thing, but I couldn't be bothered. Now it's like a month or 6 weeks after, so it's probably too late. So I might just bypass the switch altogether.